Oh yeah. But he didn't know who you were. He didn't know who actually produced it. So I had
I know exactly. No, I've heard people talking about my films in other cities when they don't know I made them. Sorry, go ahead.
So anyhow, I just words. I mean, in Great Falls, Montana, people are the word's getting out. So I commend you on that. And
no, I commend you. I commend you. It is you that is fighting the New World Order. It is you that is changing the world. It is not the globalists that will determine it. It is we the people. Yeah!
Right. Right. Check this out. I actually, I'm surprised, before I actually called you, I did a little, of course, do some research on my own, the World Health Organization, CFR, the Bilderberg Group, and they're trying to link them together. One of your past callers you interviewed mentioned that he did a recog and called Hannity. And I freaking said, I was on the phone. Are you there still?
Yes, I am.
Hello. I was on the phone. I finally got into Hannity, who's you're probably almost as probably harder to get a hold of. And I finally got on there. I had to pretend I was a liberal. You have to basically be a liberal. They ask you, are you a liberal? And I'm like, well, yeah, hey, what's going on, And so I asked, what do you know? What can you tell me about the Bilderberg Group? Why do you keep denying it? And he freaking, in his background, boys, kook. I'm like, frick, why are you lying? I mean, you can go online.
But see, he looks, listen, he looks stupid now because it's in Politico and CBS News and everywhere that they are running the planet, but they go, well, they're smart. They need to run it. They've gone from none of it exists to, well, of course it exists. We need to run things. So very, very exciting. Anything else there, Morgan in Montana?
They've sold their souls. But anyhow, a couple questions I have for you.
Real fast, because I think Ian in England was on hold earlier, and I forgot to go to him, and I want to go to Ian. But Morgan, Go ahead and finish up.
Tell me, with regards to 911, what was the single most important fact that opened your eyes and said, there's no doubt? For me, it was Building 7.
Okay. I'll tell you how 6 months before 9/11, I went on air and said they're going to stage terror attacks in the U.S. and set up Homeland Security. You know how I knew that? I was reading Army documents on air where they said, we're going to have terror attacks, and a Northcom that Clinton has proposed years ago will be set up. And then I saw them going, here's bin Laden on the news. He's going to get you. When he attacks, give up all your rights. It was like a Jim Jones Kool-Aid drinking drill. Okay, because they drill you first. And I saw all the preparations on TV, and I was running on the treadmill like July 23rd, I think, and I was watching hours of Fox News. I was trying to get in shape back then like I am doing once again. I'm done pretty good, too. Lost 30 pounds now. 30 pounds as of this morning. Yes! But anyway, side issue. I never cared what I looked like much, but then my enemies got off on the fact I was a little overweight, so I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm going to go down to bodybuilder size again. But anyways, side issue, because that makes the enemies mad. I mean, we're going to have another money bomb now that they're upset about it. But anyways, side issue. You were asking me an important question about 9/11. After I do 4 hours, I start getting dingy, folks. The most important thing about 9/11 was the preparation and how I saw it coming and saw them building and doing the pre-preparation programming for it. That was the most important. I knew it was coming and said they're going to... You ever seen me predict 9/11? You ever seen that video? Morgan's gone. I didn't hang up on him. Did his phone cut out? Okay, fine. Regardless, see, if I have my own phone system in here, I will see the lights. But I know that is a $3,000 system for the one we need. That's one of the moderate price ones. See, I'll see them and I'd know, and that won't keep happening where it's on a computer and they're gone and I'm going back to them. I will have it! I will... I'm just the IT guys or something else. You guys want your bonuses? You're not gonna. I'm gonna have that phone system in here. I gotta bring a live camera in there and throw a fit on them to get my phone system, because it's hard here when you can't control the calls yourself. You don't know when they're there. You get the calls wrong. All right, side issue, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me get back to being serious here and cover some news. Take a few final calls. I'm gonna go to Ian in England here in a moment. There is not one piece of information that's most important, because I've really thought about this a lot. There's 5 or 6 pieces that all go together that are all monumental in size. But the fact that the government was running a drills, CIA and Defense Department protective services drill, and Pentagon protective drill, the fact they were running all these drills of hijacked jets being flown to the exact same buildings, World Trade Center, Pentagon, at the exact same time, I mean, done deal. That's what they always do. There's always a drill in case somebody else in government who's compartmentalized catches them. And when you see them doing that, folks, it's over. I mean, the globalists are so arrogant to get their kicks that they, 6 months before with the X-Files Lone Gunman episode, the government hijacks a jet by remote control, a small group inside the Defense Department, to fly it into the World Trade Center to blame it on Afghanistan to set up martial law. And they use a war game drill to make NORAD stand down. The exact scenario. The exact scenario. This is in your face predictive programming. These people are sick. And then you get into the bombs in the buildings and the firefighters and police on record saying, get back, they're going to blow up Building 7 and on and on. And the building turned into pyroclastic flows of dust over miles. And just, it goes on. And NORAD standing down, on. And 44,000 U.S. troops, 18,000 British troops, BBC, Associated Press, Times of London, Reuters, AFP, French news agency, all reporting that 44,000 U.S. troops, 18,000 British troops, massed in Tajikistan and Uzbekistan in the 6 months before 9/11. It takes time to build up. The carrier fleets arrived right as the attacks happened. The military, within minutes of the attack, was already ready at bases all over the country. I've confirmed this, and called in the people in boot camp and called in everybody else within minutes and said, we've been hit by terrorists. Everything is different. It's mass programming to get people to be freaked out in the event, War of the Worlds, and then when their defenses are down, program. Now, the PSYOP people coming in don't even know what's going on. They subconsciously know. That's why when you watch Glenn Beck, play that clip. You guys pull Beck up. When he goes to the CIA agent who's in psychological warfare, I looked him up. Beck is this psychopath, sociopath, sadistic little goblin creature who enjoys the evil. The CIA guy probably didn't know what he was getting into when he got recruited out of college, and he's kind of freaked out as he's betraying America. Yeah, the 9/11 truthers are with Al-Qaeda. And you can see him kind of going, and you can see him gutting himself up to do it. You can look in his eyes. The body language is, I don't like doing this. God, I'm really a Nazi. I'm really a thug. I'm really anti-American. You know, I'm really destroying America. I'm really bad. You know, I'm really joining the evil New World Order, Nazi in the right term. The globalist. He's really kind of getting it. You can see in the eyes. Beck is just the petty power. It's like they've done psychological tests with rats and chickens and pigeons where they have an implant that gives them an opiate rush, normally electronically with a brain implant, and they'll just sit there hitting the button for pleasure, the endorphin, until they die. You know, they'll be 5 days later, no water, no food. You know, the pigeon will have its legs sticking out, laying there going, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. And that's Beck. He has no control, no higher emotions, no higher development for the planet, for his children, for his family, for humanity. He has no embarrassment about the exercise of power. I mean, when I'm doing good things and exercise power, when I just defeat enemies who I have to crush because they've tried to destroy me and they're wicked, I feel sorry for them as they flop around broken, defeated, and crushed as I move past their smoking hulks. I don't like having to spend my time and energy even crushing enemies. Now, 5-6 years ago, I still liked it a little bit. Now, I'm hurt they've lost their humanity. I'm hurt they're not growing into what they could. I can't imagine what I'll grow into. Humanity, I just like growth. It's like loving the woods or loving the ocean. I love humanity. I understand we're just spoiled and childlike, and the New World Order manipulates those instincts. Ladies and gentlemen, join us in this historic fight. Donate today. The Infowars.com money bomb going on. Infowarsmoneybomb.com or Infowars.com, 888-201-2244. And I've been given an idea here. Yeah, the problem is I have major stories I've got to work on. I got major breaking stuff here and sources I got to track down for all these stories we break. See, that's another thing. I need money so I can have one or two people that just read the email and the tips, so it's not me. You know who half the time when I get some document they're making the VFW register all their guns to later hand them in, we called and confirmed what the caller said about after we broke it, that they're saying, oh, this is for the BATF to come get them later. I called the VFW in Washington. They admitted that like it was no big deal. I've got to call these, or when I get a Homeland Security doc, it's me calling. I need a few more reporters who can vet stuff and do stuff around here. I need a few more video editors. I need a few more webmasters. I need the Capitol.